Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's talk about KULR stock here. KULR stock sitting down another 14%. And I'm telling you guys, don't underestimate sellers. You know, bears, people who short the stock, they got destroyed if they kept shorting, because it always kept going up, right? It kept going up. It kept going up. It kept going up. You don't want to underestimate buyers in a bull market, and you don't want to underestimate sellers in a bear market. I'm not saying we're in a bear market, just as an example. Like selling pressure, they got a lot of ammo right now. But buyers are stepping in at the 50 EMA. The 200 weighted moving average, we're getting close to that one as hell here. This little as hell as well. And the RSI is very cool. It has not been this cool since we got to go way back before the big run. It has not been this cool in a long time. It's been 6 months since the last time we were this cool on the RSI. And you can see buyers stepping in. The crossover, we're on our way to crossing over as well. If you want to try and time the bottom, might not be a bad idea to buy in right here. But I wouldn't go in like with everything. Maybe go in with whatever you're going to go in, cut that into fourths. So add a quarter here, and then when the crossover happens, add another fourth. And then if we start trending, you can add the full position. You can never time the bottom exactly. Someone asked me, hey, where's the bottom? I'm like, I don't know. The bottom has to reveal itself. When it's not clear, how do we know? We don't. We need a clear bottom. And by clear bottom, I mean, look at NVIDIA. Look at NVIDIA. You see the clear bottom right here? The price came up as high as 145, came back to 132. As high as 148, came right back to 133. As high as 146, came right back to 128 to 132. And rinse and repeat. That's a very clear bottom. Buyer stepped in today. No surprise, right? Because that is the bottom. And I haven't bought in yet. I'm waiting till end of day to see if buyers really hold the stock here at this level, because maybe by end of day we sell off and it closes on a red candle, it can happen. So I'm buying NVIDIA for sure if this closes green, because we're right at the bottom and it just makes sense to buy where at the bottom. So unless there's a very clear bottom, we don't know. Like, I can't tell you. I don't know. There's no clear bottom like you can see here on NVIDIA. So with regards to KULR, we just have to wait. But I would say, for those of you who want to maybe try to time the absolute bottom, right now, this is the best candle we've gotten in weeks. Big red candle, another red candle, another red candle. Big red candle here. Buyers stepped in. Green candle, the first one in a while. But we still got pushed down anyways. And as you'll notice something very interesting. Remember what I said about counting candles? Now I want you to pay attention to what I'm about to show you, which is, we count the candles, right? We have had way more red candles than green, for sure. That much is obvious. But here's another thing, and this is very important. Notice how the candles from top to bottom, do you notice anything? Do you notice anything? I just want, every video I make, I try to make it a lesson, especially for the beginners, newer people. Do you see what I see? Okay, I'm going to tell you. The candles have gotten smaller. Big red candle, another big one, another big one, another big one. Buyers tried to step in. We still got pushed down by a big red candle. Smaller red candle, smaller red candle, smaller red candle, smaller red candle. So in this downtrend, we've gotten smaller candles. Look at this 4 set right here. Smaller candles compared to these 4. Smaller candles. When the stock price is falling, and I want you to write this down if you're new, when the stock price is falling from a high, from a top, pay attention to candles that continue to shrink as the stock price gets lower. But Shades, why is this important? Because sellers they're done. They're finished. They're finished. And how do I know they're finished? Is because they can't push the price lower with strength. They were able to do it here with a lot of strength, right? It dropped it from 529 to 463. They just kept dropping it over and over again. Even here, when buyers tried to step in on this green candle, sellers stepped in and, here's another big red candle for you guys. You're not going anywhere but down. Sellers stepped in again with another big red candle. And then they got smaller and smaller and smaller. That usually means that selling pressure is dissipating. It's drying up. Sellers might be done. They might be finished. So the RSI is very cool. We're near the 200 weighted moving average. We're right at the 50 EMA, and the crossover should be incoming. Technically speaking, should be incoming. So everything's lining up now, right? Everything's lining up for some pump, for some upside. Okay, so write that down. The candles, they're shrinking, and eventually we'll start seeing we'll start seeing a lot more green candles than red. And not only that, but we will eventually break out of this downtrend, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking to break out of this downtrend. Once we break out of it, then we start going sideways, usually the case. And that also means we're going to get the crossover as confirmation that the selling pressure is finished and we have buyers on our side. That is why I always say, just wait for the MACD to cross over. So if you want to try the time to bottom, go ahead and buy here at 204. But I'm still going to wait for the crossover. We pretty much have everything, lining up for a pump. But wait for that crossover. Wait for that crossover. I promise you, you will not regret it if you wait for the crossover. Be disciplined, be patient. It pays. A lot of you have been telling me, oh my God, you saved me. I bought, I bought in thinking it's going to pump, and then I got out, and I'm glad I didn't hold it because it dropped. Those who bought at $4, it's down 50%. So don't underestimate sellers. Never underestimate sellers. Sellers, they can push it down quite a bit, especially after a huge run from low pennies. So hopefully you learned something from this. Every video I want you to learn. Rigetti stock, another stock that I talk about. You see this? I just want to show you another example. Look at that. There was so much selling pressure, it gapped down. And then it continued lower. Buyers could not push it up. There has been no pullback. There has been no green candles. Nothing but red candles on Rigetti. Look at this red candle here. Look at this red candle. Buyers just can't. They're nowhere to be found. This one should technically go lower, actually. The RSI is very cool, actually, but it's still, despite that fact. That's a red candle. Sellers are still in control. They still got plenty of ammunition. It's not holding what should be the bottom. And the 50 EMA is right there, but we're actually underneath it instead of holding up above it like KULR. So I'm just showing you like the opposite side, because it's important to look at the other side of things, right? Rigetti down 30%. Buyers nowhere to be found. Selling pressure, big red candle probably. And the 50, we're underneath it actually. So no signs of a crossover at all. Like it's the complete opposite of KULR, which is very interesting that happened. That's it is what it is, right? These quantum computing stocks, they kind of pumped a little too much. We did not see KULR go to $20, right? So it kind of makes sense that quantum computing stocks are experiencing a little more downside, and I would expect more downside for them. KULR stock, like I said, it's looking good here. If you want to try and time the absolute bottom, I'm going to wait for the crossover. I'm going to wait for that crossover. When it happens, we should technically break out of this downtrend as well. The price action should just start going sideways within a range. That's just how it is. That's how the market likes to move. Let me just show you another example, because I know the market like the back of my hand. Civil stock, I already made a video on this one today. This is the next play for everyone in the Discord, and if you want to jump in, feel free to do so. But as you can see, this is the bottom down here. It pumps, bottom, comes back to the bottom, goes sideways, breaks out of the downtrend, but goes sideways, and then pumps again, rinse and repeat. And guess what? It's coming down again. Big red candles going into the bottom. And if buyers step in at some point, we will go sideways here again, and then rinse and repeat. We'll just keep abusing that big bottom. That's why my motto is abuse the big bottoms. We like to slap big asks. We like to slap big asks at the big bottoms. That is how I came up with that. The strategy literally is exercise patience, discipline, wait for the bottom, buy in. So I'm just showing you many examples. Like, I'm not just BSing. This is like how it is in the markets. If you want to make money, you got to be patient. And I'm going to exercise patience, and I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for the crossover. In the meantime, I would not blame you for jumping in. It looks good. I think there's some traders who would jump in. That's why I'm telling you, if you want to jump in, go for it. There are traders who would jump in here. But I'm just going to wait for the crossover and the break of this downtrend. Because you never know. You never know, right? We didn't think we would come down 15 to 30% on Monday. Everyone thought, oh, we're going to bounce, right? Well, you can see pretty ugly in red. Uh, so that's why I'm saying just wait, just wait. But if you want to jump in, I wouldn't blame you. There are traders who would jump in just on what it's looking like right here. But I'm a little more patient. And if you're in the Discord, they're learning. They're like, oh my god, this guy is so patient. This guy will wait. I think this guy right here, he's like, for now, but one day you'll get burned. We all have patience with shades is difficult in the beginning, but it gets easier along the way. And yeah, one of the guys was being greedy, so I'm not gonna go over it. But one of the guys was being super greedy, and he did not make profit because he did not take profit when it was there, and someone else dumped their bags on his head, and now he's holding. Well, he sold off, I think, at a loss, or he's holding the bag. I don't know. He's not listening to me. He's not being patient. The ones that can't, if you can be patient and disciplined, the Discord is for you. If you can't, don't bother, because you're just gonna make stupid mistakes. Wait for me to alert it, and you're gonna be fine. I'm not gonna guarantee money; that would be silly. But you'll be better off than the ones that bought up here. Which I remember, like, hey, if it breaks out above 5, it can go to 10. You're supposed to have a strategy, though. You don't just throw money and hope. You're supposed to have a strategy. I guess people don't have strategies. I've gotten so experienced in the stock market that I forget what's normal to me, which is, you know, getting in with a strategy and having a stop loss is not normal to everyone else. And I think one of the guys in the Discord even said that to me today. I think he said, I made $50 profit. Stop loss mostly saved me on B hat. Hats off to Shades, my man. So this guy, he set a stop loss and he got saved. He didn't lose more than he needed to. That's why it's important to have that stop loss. And I think I'm waiting for 006. Thank you, Shades. I took profit. Made $136. I'm still holding 1,000 shares, and I made money on Circ. Now I'm selling. Okay, so this guy's getting ready to load up on some on our next big play. But yeah, you can see people are making money in the Discord, and they're learning. They're learning, like, okay, being patient and disciplined, actually that makes sense. It pays. It literally does. Whether you buy at the bottom and you're patient and disciplined for the big run up, or you're patient and disciplined waiting for it to bottom out, it's all patience and discipline, right? Alright guys, that's it for the video. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We're not going to go into the due diligence. We've already done that. Right now, I'm just here to hype you up and get you excited for cheap prices on on a company that's fundamentally sound, in my opinion. In my opinion. They're going to get more contracts. It's going to start moving. Things look ugly right now. Everyone's selling. But eventually, just like things can't go up forever, they can't go down forever. And we'll start seeing some green, and we'll be making money, and we'll be laughing and smiling about it. And you guys, some of you are going to be like, wow, I really should have listened to this guy. Some people have already said that, but some of you are still probably kind of like, who is this guy? Why does he talk like he knows everything? It's not that I know everything. It's just I've been here so long. You can see the cycles very clearly. And once you've traded long enough, once you have years of experience, it's just another day. It's just another day. You wake up and you're like, oh, it's a red day. See ya. You don't force a trade. You just go, oh, okay, I'll come back when it's cheaper. Oh, it's at the bottom. Let me buy in. And then you wait again for it to pump. Oh, it's pumping. Let me wait to see how much I can make off of this pump. And then it pumps to $5, and maybe you saw at the top, maybe you saw along the way. And then you wait for it to come down nice and cheap and rinse and repeat. Like, literally, that's what it is. And I'm very transparent. You don't have to join the Discord if you don't want to. It definitely will help you. You got a bunch of people in there that are new as well. You're going to be learning from one another. It's great. I love this. I love this community that I'm building. I never thought I'd be at 5,000 subs. When I started this channel, I was like, oh, this is just going to be a joke channel. It's not a joke channel to me now. It's kind of like, whoa, this is real. Like, people listen to this voice? What the hell? Alright guys, that's it for the video. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I will see you in the next one.